Hey, thanks for jumping in. And you're probably wondering what the hell I'm doing in your feed on a Thursday night. It's, well, almost 8 o'clock now, but this is one of two types of podcasts I do. And if you're listening to this on an audio version only, like iTunes or Spotify, I am live on YouTube and Facebook. So I'd love for you to jump over and check out that community as well. That'd be cool. And again, this is one of two different podcasts I do. This, B-Raw Bites, obviously, B-Raw Podcast. It's a shortened version, about 5 to 10 minutes. Me just hollering, spitting in this mic, whatever's on my heart and in my mind, or in my heart and on my mind. However you want to say that, you get the point across. But, and then the other ones that I do on the opposite weeks are full length. They're about 90 minutes long, and it's what you see all over the internet now. Me and a guest or guests, multiple guests are on here talking about some crazy shit. A lot of fun. Had a guy on the other day. That episode's coming out soon. He's a long lifetime in the medical field. Now he's a master beekeeper, and we get in some cool stuff. That's just a small example. They are not interview style. I can't fucking stand interviews. All right. It's more of a conversation. When I talk to people about coming on or they reach out to me, I let them know that, imagine if we were sitting at the airport waiting for the plane and we just struck up a conversation. That's the type of feeling that I like to have. So check those out. Everything you want to know or need to know about the show is on website, brawpodcast.com. Check that out. I got some cool things coming up. And then I can't, go any further without giving a shout out to my boy Rishi, Live Rishi. These guys make high quality CBD product, and it keeps my old ass going. I love being in the gym, and I ask a lot from my body between the gym and chasing my son around, and of course remodeling our new home. I get sore a lot, and Rishi Rub is a lifesaver and easy for me to talk about. I've been using it long before even the show started. Jump over to liverishi.com, use the code word table 50% off your entire order. All right, man, we're going to get on to this. What do I want to talk about? Well, the name of the episode is That's What a Man Does. And what I'm going to get into is a story that I told a couple years ago at a story slam. If you don't know what a story slam is, it's when you get up in front of a crowd of people and you got like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever they determine, and you have rehearsed a story and you get up there and you tell them. There's a lot of podcasts out there and they've been with that same format, and they were a huge inspiration for this show. But story I'm about to tell, I got up in front of about 50 people, and I am not one of those that have a fear of public speaking. I can get up in front of 10 people or 1,000 people, and it doesn't matter to me. But I had a lot of fun. And how it started was the other day I was helping a friend throw some stuff out of a truck into another truck, and I was getting ahead of him. I was moving a little faster than he was, so I decided to throw these things on the ground in front of the truck, out of my truck in front of the other truck. And he bending over and he's picking them up, and he says, "Damn, dude, I'm not as young as you. This hurts my back, so you got to slow down a little bit." And I go, "Shit, dude, how old do you think I am?" He did not believe that I was 47. And then I gave him an extreme watered down story about the one I'm going to tell you. And that's what got me thinking about it. And again, I told it, 2 years ago, and haven't been back at it since because all the fucking craziness happened and everything got shut down. So I'm hoping that Story Slams open back up again, and that would be super cool. But yeah, so my story of This Is What a Man Does, or That's What a Man Does. And growing up and through my, basically growing up and into my 30s almost, I had the attitude of, you got to get it done, right? You say you're going to get something done, you get it done. Or growing up, I would say, hey, man, how come we do this? And the answer always was, because that's what a man does. Well, why do I do this? Because that's what a man does. You can kind of get the point from there. So that was ingrained in me pretty hard. And years and years go by, and my wife and I go to that's called Habitat for Humanity. And what that is people volunteer for the day and they go to a construction site, and this company or this organization builds homes for the less fortunate, and you volunteer for the day. So you get up you get there in the morning, and the general contractor says, okay, I need this done. Who has that ability? And so on and so on. So he says, I need a tongue and groove wooden floor put in the kitchen. Instantly I went, fuck, that's a lot of work, but I know how to do that. So I raised my hand and crossed the group of people. An older gentleman raised his hand. He goes, you two are on it. So we're banging away, getting after this hardwood floor. And I stood up and I felt and heard a pop in my back. I mean, it was crazy. I could hear it like a twig breaking. So I just kind of took a breath and I said, all right, keep going. Because I gave I told this guy I was going to work today and get this job done and got to finish it up, because that's what a man does. And finished the job, told my wife during the day, because she's doing some other stuff. I'd see her and I said, man, I hurt my back. So I'm going to lay off it for a couple of days. That's what I've been doing my whole life at that point anyway. And finish the day. I drive home. I drive us home. My back is hurting pretty bad. Nothing that I wasn't used to at this point. So I stop, get some Tylenol and some heat pads, come home, start feeling kind of sick to my stomach. And I told my wife, I said, I'm going to take take these Tylenol, put some heat pads on, and I'm going to bed. Woke up in the middle of the night, couldn't feel anything from my waist down. Was kind of staring up at the ceiling going, what the fuck? So I didn't bitch, because a man doesn't bitch, right? That's what a man does or doesn't do. And I wake up my wife and she's all groggy and it's amazing. She's like, oh, it's okay. Just breathe. You'll be all right. And then, of course, I'm thinking to myself, well, maybe I am it's all in my head. So I relaxed a little bit, and then the pain set in. If you ever see the cover of Metallica Ride the Lightning, that gives you kind of an idea. If you don't know what that is, just Google the image, and it'll give you an idea what I started to feel like. So, of course, I wake up my wife. We call the ambulance. These two very, very young, very nice young paramedics come in, and they looked at me. They couldn't get the gurney in the bedroom because just the way the construction was. So I very gently take my legs off the bed and one arm over each one of these nice young ladies, and they kind of drag me to the gurney. And it was it was painful, but I didn't bitch, because a man doesn't bitch, right? This is my theory at the time. So I get into the hospital. We go through the whole thing. Doc shows up. My disc exploded and it cut the nerves off to my legs. And that's why I couldn't feel my legs. He says he can fix me in a week. And I said, a week? How come I got to stay here a week? And he said, that's when I'm going to have my vascular surgeon, and I will not do this surgery without my vascular surgeon. And by the way, where are you going? I said, oh, that's a good point. So there I sat in the hospital, and God love my wife. My wife's a fucking angel. She brings food to the hospital and has it all labeled and makes a note and a list for the nurses that, number 2 is for, number 1 is for Monday. Number 2 is for Tuesday, just to give you the idea, because we both think that food is medicine, right? So here we are. And, now I know I have to stay here till Friday. I can't, I'm on a morphine drip. I can't feel my legs. During the day, it's amazing. I had so many people coming in to see me. It was just overwhelming. It was great. People coming in and visiting, give me words of encouragement and all that. And, I kept a good face, and everybody would leave. And there I am by myself at night in the hospital, sitting there scratching my leg, and I can't feel my leg. So imagine scratching like a sweater, and you can only feel it on your fingertip, but you can't, that's it. I couldn't feel my leg. And I would cry myself to sleep, thinking that, holy shit, I'm never going to walk again. Of course, everything negative that you would think would come back. So I would wake up the next day. My wife would come and visit me. I would not tell her that I cried myself to sleep. She just found that out a couple of years ago when I told the story, because that's what a man does. He doesn't bitch about crying. And that happened every night, every single night. All day long, people would come and see me, and I'd have a good time. We'd laugh. We'd tell stories. We'd fucking have a good time. And then I'd cry myself to sleep every night. And then Thursday night, I fucking lost it. My wife comes in, and I just couldn't take it anymore. I curled up in her lap, and I was crying and thinking that what am I going to put her through if I can't walk? That was the things that were going through my mind. I won't be able to, quote unquote, pull my own weight, do my own duties and all that good stuff. And what kind of life would she want? And then, of course, everything negative was flying through my mind at that. And we go through the surgery. Everything was great. Everything came out well. And here I am, 5 years later. Yesterday morning at the gym, I'm jump roping, deadlifting, doing weighted dips, all that good stuff. I do take care of it. I do watch what I do in the gym, but I love being in there. But now I love snowboarding, ice skating, roller skating, those kind of things. I love to do those things. And there's other activities, obviously, but I don't. Because what good would it be for me to go down on a mountain for half a day, having a good time, and then all of a sudden I slip and it fucks my back up again? I'm extremely blessed and fortunate to have the life I have, and why throw that away for a couple hours worth of glory and fun? And the conclusion of that is I don't do those things. I'm able to. Yes, I'm very able to. I'm physically able to. But the possibility is me getting hurt and then putting my family and me at risk for a lot of uncomfortable things. I don't do, because that's what a man does. All right. So I don't know. I've been thinking about that story for a couple of days, and I just wanted to share it with you for those who haven't heard it. Appreciate you jumping in, but I'm going to get you out of here because I know you got shit to do. And don't forget, jump over to my website. Be Raw Podcast shows you everything you want to know about the show. And I got some really cool things coming up. Creating some merch with the Waltisms on it. Old school listeners, you know what Waltisms are. I'm bringing those back. New ones. You can't wait. I can't wait to show you what those are. And don't forget also Live Reese. These guys make high quality CBD product. I love these guys. Great company to work with. Awesome product. And they go up and beyond. So use the code word table 50% off your entire order. And I'm hailing you from the state with the most polluted river in the country. That's out of Newark, New Jersey. We just watched an awesome documentary about that. My wife and I did. But the Passaic River, great documentary. Check it out. All right, man. Remember, don't be cool, or be cool. Be cool. Don't act cool. Till next time.